everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Oh, we did it again. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to stop by, and welcome to all of my new subscribers, welcome to all of my new friends, and welcome back to all of my longtime subscribers and longtime friends. Thank you guys so much for the awesome way in which you show up for me every single day and the wonderful ways in which you support me. I really do appreciate it. I remember the awesome all-in-one card box that we made. It's in the photo above. Today we're going to take that a step further. We're going to use that same concept, but we're going to make it a stationery box, but you can use yours however you want, and it's going to be a different size from the one that I shared with you in the previous video. And I'll have that video linked below in case you missed it. And y'all, here's the front of the box that we're making. There will not be any adhesive needed to construct the body of this box. I'll give you a closer look in just a minute, but y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. All right, y'all, so here's a closer look at today's awesome project. When finished, it measures 7 by 4.5, and it is 1 inch deep. So when we open it just like we did the other one. We pull out the sides, lift the top. Then when you open it, this is what we have. We have this beautiful all-in-one. So we've got it set up so that if we want to put a greeting card section in here, we can. But the way that I'm using this one, we are going to be using this one as a stationery set. So I have my pocket here. You guys come back on Monday because we're going to make the cards on Make a Card Monday to go in this beautiful little holder here. But you can see what a gorgeous all-in-one we have. It follows that same no adhesive construction process. Here is what we're going to need to make it. I have 4 pieces of double-sided cardstock, and this really is like a medium to heavyweight. And they measure 6 3/4 by 4 1/4. And then I have 2 pieces that measure 6 3/4 by 1 7/8. And then I have 4 pieces that measure 6 3/4 by 7/8. And I have 2 pieces that measure 4 1/4 by 7/8. And then I have 1 piece for the pocket. And I really am using my leftover scrap. So it needs to be at least 7 3/4 inch wide. And this scrap happens to be 6.5 inches tall. So the piece that I'm starting with is 7 3/4 by 6.5. Then I have a piece of that 11 by 14 poster board. Guys, if you don't have poster board that is 11 by 14, you can cut down 2 pieces of 12 by 12 to make an 11 by 14 piece. You just join the 2 pieces together. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and score the poster board. And we will start scoring on the 14-inch side. So we're going to score at 2, at 6.5, at 7.5, and at 12. Because my scoreboard does have a groove that allows me to score at 12. So I'm going to take that score that I made at 12 and I'm going to slide it over to 1 just to have my position, and we'll score at 2. So basically what I did on the 14-inch side, I scored at 2, 6.5, 7.5, 12, and then I took that 12-inch mark, slid it over to 1, and I scored at 2. And I did that because I ran out of scoreboard room. So I'm just going to take this and fold it because we still need to score on the 11-inch side. So on the 11-inch side, we're going to score at 1, and at 2, at 9, and at 10. So now we're simply going to fold and burnish all of our scores. All right, so now that you have it scored and burnished, we're going to have the center tabs right here. We need to go ahead and free those. So let's just go ahead and free them right now. I'm going to fold that in and reduce. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. I'll go up to that second score mark I'm going to drag straight down. I'll fold this in. Then I'm simply going to angle in on these tabs. So on the end where I have that 2-inch flap, we're going to remove this outer piece and these two pieces here at the top. And you'll see what I mean in just a minute. So when I'm removing these, I'm actually going to angle in there. And then I'll just cut straight down here. We have removed those two pieces. Then I'm simply going to remove this piece, and I'm going to angle up just a little bit. We'll do the same thing over here. So I will cut straight down here. I'll angle in here, and then we can remove this piece and angle in here. So hopefully you're still with me on what I'm doing. So this is what your project piece is going to look like right now. You're going to have the double fold flaps here at the bottom. That's where we're going to work next. Also on the double fold flaps at the bottom, we have 3 corner pieces that we are going to get rid of. So I am simply going to remove those like this. And then I'll cut straight down here. And I will remove this piece. And then I'll angle in here and here. Same thing over here. We're removing 1, 2, 3 pieces. So let's go up to that second score mark and drag straight down. We can just go ahead and cut across to remove those 2 pieces. Then we can angle in here and cut across here. And then I'm going to go ahead and just angle in here as well. And so there is how your piece should look. If this has been confusing for you at all, please make sure that you go back and watch this process a couple of times to make sure that you have it before you commit your good papers. So now I'm just going to take my scissors, and this is just a matter of personal preference. I am just going to round the outer flaps. For me, I like the way that it looks, and I think it helps my box to fold just a little bit better. So wherever I have a flap, I am just rounding. And you will see what I mean in a minute. So you can see I round it there, I round it there. I'm going to round here. I'm not going to round these because we'll be tucking them in, but I will round this. So I will be rounding 4 times. And then I'm going to go ahead and round where I have that 2-inch flap. And this time when I round it, I'm actually going to start rounding it from the bottom. So now there's my piece. You can see that I round it here, 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 and here. Now I'm going to take my tape, and we're going to place tape on the 2 flaps on the end where we have this 2-inch score. We're going to place tape on these 2 flaps and just fold them in. And the reason why I didn't remove these is because I wanted to make sure that I had a nice finished edge here on the side. And so now we should be able to put this box together. This is the piece that's actually going to fold over. Once we get our decorative pieces down, I'm going to use Velcro this time instead of magnets. So we would fold up, tuck in our sides like this, and then we're able to tuck in the top just like that. So let's go ahead and put down our decorative pieces. So I'm going to take my pieces that measure 6 3/4 by 4 1/4, and we're going to place those down. Now I am just going to place mine down using my tape runner, and that's okay for this because we're not asking the box to carry any weight. We're not even using tape to put the box together. We're using the tape to put down our decorative cardstock pieces. So I am just going to take this, and when I put it down, I want to make sure that I'm putting it down so that it is inside of my score marks. Then I'll flip this over and we'll do the same thing on this end. And I hope you guys will come back on Monday, because on Monday we're going to make some super simple cards that will go in this box, because we're actually making this as a card box this time. We can decorate it if we want, the way that we did the boxed card. So I'm going to flip this over and we're going to go ahead and place down our pieces on the front. And on the front, I'm using the other side of this paper, because I like the words. So we're going to take this place it down like this, and I think that this color just really pops on that black poster board. And if you haven't tried the black poster board from the Dollar Tree, if you have access to a Dollar Tree and you can find the black poster board, it really is a high quality board to work with. I know that some of you are not in the US, so you don't have access to the Dollar Tree. But for those of you who are in the US and you do have access, you might want to check it out. And a lot of you ask, why do I reference stores that you don't have access to because you're not in my country? And that's actually the answer, because we're not in the same country, and I do have access to a lot of stores that you don't, but you also have access to stores that I don't. So my in-store shopping options are truly determined by what's available to me geographically. So now we're going to take our pieces that measure 7/8 by 6 3/4, and we're going to place those inside like that. Again, I am going to do this with my tape runner. And we're just going to place this down inside the score marks. And I'll do this one as well. Now let's just go ahead and take this one and place it down like that. Then I'm going to take my piece that measures 1 7/8 by 6 3/4, and we're going to place that down. But before I do, I am just going to do some slight rounding. And then we'll place that right there. So I'm going to take my tape and place my tape. And then we'll take this piece and we're going to put it in like that. So then I'm going to flip it and we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So I'm just going to take my second piece that measures 1 7/8 by 6 3/4, and we're just going to round. Then I'm going to take my tape. We're going to place our tape and y'all, I have several fun variations of this box design that I think you're going to absolutely love. So we're going to take this piece and we're going to place it down like that. So now when we fold over, we'll have that piece right there at the top. We're good here. And then finally, I am going to take my two pieces that measure 7/8 by 4 1/4, and we're going to place those on the side like that. So we're going to take some more of our tape runner. I'll take this piece And we'll put it down. Flip over to this side. Add our tape. Take this piece. And we're going to put it down. And y'all, with the paper front and back, we really have created the consistency of a chipboard box. So now I'm going to bring in my Velcro dots, and I'm going to use 2. I'm going to place 1 right here and 1 right there. And yes, you'll be able to see those, but y'all know what? I'm okay with that. If you're not okay with it, then you might want to use magnets instead of Velcro. So I'm just going to take this piece and we're going to put it right there. Like that. So now we can take our box, close it, take the sides, put those in like that. And then we can fold over the top like that. And y'all, there we have another beautiful box that does not require any adhesive to put it together. But when you open it, then you have this little beauty right here. So we're going to go ahead and just place down a pocket. And that pocket is going to be for the cards that we will make on Make a Card Monday. And I have my piece that measures 7 3/4 by 6 1/2. Doesn't have to be 6 1/2. I'm just using it because that's the scrap that I had, and I'm going to make it a very sturdy pocket. So on the 6 1/2 inch side, I'm going to score at 1/4 of an inch and 1/2 an inch. Then I'm going to score at 3 1/2. Then on the 7 3/4 inch side, I'm going to score at 1/4 of an inch and 1/2 an inch. On the opposite 7 3/4 inch side, we'll score at 1/4 of an inch and 1/2 an inch. Then we are going to fold and burnish all of these 1/4 inch score marks. All right, so we're going to have 2 corner pieces at the bottom that we're going to remove, and they're going to be the outer edge corner pieces. So let's go up and cut these 2 pieces out. And it's going to be 2 1/4 inch pieces. Then we'll go to the second score mark and free our adhesive tab. And we'll do the same thing over here. Let's go up to that score mark. And now we have our nice little adhesive tab. We have one here and we have one here. And so now we're going to remove the 2 corner flaps at the top. And this time they're going to be long rectangles. So I am just going to remove those and get them out of my way. We can fold that over. So now I can take my tape runner and we are just going to add some tape to this piece. So this is what your piece should look like. We remove those corner pieces. We have the 2 tabs here at the bottom. Then we'll remove the long corner pieces from the top. Now we can fold that over, and that just gives us a nice sturdy pocket to work with. So now we'll be folding it like that. We have this glue flap right here. That's the small tabs. We are going to place some glue on those little tiny tabs. And then we'll take the tabs and just join them to the bottom like that. And we're going to go ahead and get this end stuck. And so now we're going to take our glue, add glue to these pieces. And in this case, to my hand. And so now we can take this and we can place it down on our box. And everything should fit beautifully. And y'all, it does. Loving this, absolutely loving this. So I am just going to make sure that I have everything nice and even on all the sides. Just go on the sides with your big old spatula or a ruler and get everything nice and stuck. Then I am going to take my ruler and go on the inside just to make sure I have everything laying flat. And y'all, wasn't that easy peasy? So now when we close it, we'll have this little pocket here that will have a couple of cards in it that we're going to make on Mondays, Make a Card Monday. But I am going to add just a little bit of decoration to this. And to decorate, I'm going to use some more of my stickers. I'm actually going to put Merry Christmas here because when you open this, this is how it's going to look. So there's my Merry Christmas. Then I think I'm going to take my Ho 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 sticker. We're going to place that right here in the middle, because then I'm going to take Santa and just put him right there. Y'all, how stinking cute is that? That is so adorable. So then I have these 3 Christmas trees, and we're just going to put the 3 Christmas trees right here. We don't have to do too much. And y'all can see how simple I am actually keeping this. So then when we close it, you're going to see the Christmas trees. And when you open it, yes, you will see the Velcro dots, but that's not a big deal for me. I am more than okay with that. If it bothers you, like I said, you can use your magnets to offset where I have placed the Velcro dots. So we have made our little box. I am going to close it. I'm not going to do anything to the outside because I like the word paper. I might change my mind, but right now I'm leaving it as is. Let's tuck that in. And y'all, there we have our sweet little box. You can wrap some twine around this or a ribbon, and it's a gift ready to give. But come back on Monday because we are going to make some super simple cards to go in this little box. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed today's awesome project. We made another one of those no adhesive required boxes, but it becomes an all-in-one as well. Not only is it a box, but you can turn this into your greeting card by putting magnets in and using this bottom portion as the actual message portion of your card. So if you have enjoyed this project, and I certainly hope that you have, please hit that like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.